General Edward Strasser, commander of the 1st Army Corps. Tony Montana.
Mucho gusto, amigo.
Pleasure.
Gusto.
It is Ariel Blair with the Ministry of the Interior here. Tony Montana.
Bienvenido.
And here is our friend Charles Goodson from Washington. This is Tony Montana.
How do you do, Mr. Montana?
So let's show Parliament, Alex.
I'll show you my problem.
I've heard whispers about the financial support your government receives from the drug industry in Bolivia.
Well, the irony of this, of course, is that this money, which is in the billions, is coming from your country. You see, you are the major purchaser of our national product, which is, of course, cocaine.
On one hand, you're saying the United States government is spending millions of dollars to eliminate the flow of drugs onto our streets. At the same time, we are doing business with the very same government that is flooding our streets with cocaine.
See. Let me show you a few of the other characters that are involved in this tragic comedy. My organization just recently traced a large purchase by this man. This charming face here belongs to General Cucombre. He is the Minister of the Defense of Bolivia, my country. And General Cucombre, just a couple of months ago, bought a $12 million villa on Lake Lucerne in Switzerland. Now, if Cucombre is supposed to be the Bolivian defense minister, what is he doing living in Switzerland, guarding cash registers? This man here, Alejandro Sosa, a very interesting character. He's a wealthy landowner, educated in England, very good family. But this man is the business brain and drug overlord of an empire that stretches across the Andes. He's not your ordinary drug dealer.
We have to fear is
They're fighting power.
to attack Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. I showered her.
Proclaim the state of Israel.
Queen Elizabeth II is crowned.
Forces from North Korea.
President Kennedy is dead.
Martin Luther King.
Senator Kennedy. One small step for man.
Going to declare a national emergency regarding elections. He's going to issue an executive order about how the election has to be conducted. Think of it in terms of the setup for the 2026, everything 2026. It's not about the date of the election at this point in time. It's the things that have to get done in order to do the preparations for this national security emergency, literally election supervised by the military. Because once he declares that, their ability to go to a court and get a judge to stop him goes away. No judge has authority in the context of a national security emergency to do diddly shit. And if they try, they themselves can go to jail, okay? Because we're in the midst of a national emergency. We were attacked by foreign countries, not just internal. Cuba, Venezuela, China, through NATO allies and locations that are NATO allies, Serbia, Italy, City of London.
We give so much and we get so little in return. The war with Ukraine is an example. We are thousands of miles away, separated by a giant ocean. It's a war that should have never started, and it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did.
The rest of the story is everything is about the setup for the 2026 election and posturing, getting ready to declare a national emergency, because once Trump gets an honest election 2026, most of these problem children are out. You have a complete reset, even within Congress. And if you didn't get that, if you weren't going to get that, Trump would be wiped out, his family, everybody that's associated with him. So this is an existential event for one side or the other. Nixon gave Trump, remember, they were very close friends. Trump kept a letter from Mrs. Nixon, right beside his desk, right behind his left shoulder, said, "I hope someday you decide to run for the presidency. I know if you do, you'll win, and you'll be a great president." Nixon gave Trump what he needed to take out the 5 families in New York.
Wow.
He's the unnamed source who provided that information. Who was the person doing that? Rudy Giuliani. Why does he keep Giuliani around him? He was already in that group. The Southern District of New York, crooked judges, cops, everybody, prosecutors, the whole smear have been trying to get Trump since then. Is Jeffrey Epstein actually dead?
All right. And I say it's time we have a new foreign policy in which other nations in the free world bear more of their fair share of the defense of freedom around this world. And yet we find that lawlessness in this country has gone up and up. Crime has gone up 7 times as fast as population over the past 5 years. Some of our courts, in their decisions, have gone too far in weakening the peace forces as against the criminal forces in this country, and we need to restore. We're a great country not because of what government did for people, but because of what people did for themselves over 190 years in this country.
Let us never forget, too, that we were born in revolution. And let us never forget that our founding fathers, after we were born in revolution, had the genius to set up a system of government which provides a peaceful method to change what you don't like about this country.
No, I don't.
And my view about dissent is very simple. People can carry placards, they can shout, they can cheer, they can do anything that is peaceful. But I say that in a country that provides a method for peaceful change, there is no cause that justifies breaking the law or engaging in violence in the United States.
My green tambourine. Watch the jingle jangle start to shine. Reflections of the music that is mine. When you toss a coin, you hear it sing. Now listen while I play my green tambourine. Drop a dime before I walk away. Any song you want, I'll gladly play. Money feeds my music machine. Now listen while I play my green tambourine. Listen and I play.
kill you. I gotta stop in the next station. Touch the brakes, and I blow you in half. Hey, Coach, you all right? Relax. Put your gun down. Keep going. Get back. Come on now, I said get back. You can't get away. Hold it!
This is the most important point. The military people who brought Trump into power understand this one point with exacting precision. Power is only good if you use it. If you have power, if you have the authority, if you have the might to do something important, but you just stand there and allow evil to take place right in front of you, and destruction and rape and killing, then your power is valueless.
This is a poppy field. Once cut, the pod of the plant secretes a miraculous milky fluid called latex. Base opium used by man as a balm for more than 5 millennia. Opium relieves pain and appeases the mind, and that should have been the end of it. But this drug would play a part in some of mankind's greatest upheavals. Without the backing of states, drug trafficking would never have existed. Released into the heart of the system, drugs have dictated their own geopolitics in the shadows. Secret operations, widespread corruption. Drugs are now part of the very flesh of the world's democracies. The results are devastating. Whole populations stigmatized or displaced, families torn apart. Today we've stopped counting the dead. The illegalization of drugs gradually stretched across Europe, giving rise to new black markets. With increasingly powerful ships, maritime transport brought borders even closer. The big commercial ports became strategic smuggling points, among them Marseilles, where figures from Corsican organized crime seized their chance. In the mid-1920s, Paul Carbone, a former merchant seaman turned white slave pimp, became the boss of the Corsican mafia. With his drug money, Paul Carbone bought the mayor of Marseille, had his own men hired on the waterfronts, and bribed the city's police force. The Godfather ramped up his trafficking, laying the foundations of the French connection. In Shanghai, the opium dens had never been so prosperous. Du Yusheng had set up business in Shanghai's French concession, where his men had eyes and ears inside the opium dens, and where they wiped out his competitors. Du Yusheng offered his services to the ambitious Chinese general, Chiang Kai-shek. But to keep control of China, he needed money, so the Kuomintang legalized opium. Du Yusheng's triad, the Green Gang, became the government's main supplier, and a number of its members were sent to sit at parliament. China became the world's first narco-state. The heroin refined in China, Mexico and France converged on the United States. In 1943, after the US Army landed in Sicily, its priority was to keep it out of Axis hands for good. Washington started looking for men to temporarily govern the island. In 1945, the US expelled to Italy more than 100 mobsters involved in heroin trafficking, including Lucky Luciano, the boss of Cosa Nostra. The American cousins and the Sicilian mafia would turn the island into a drug trafficking hub. In 1950 in Marseilles, Lucky Luciano met with the new bosses of the Corsican mafia, Antoine and Barthélemy Guérini. The meeting between the Guérini and Lucky Luciano gave birth to the French Connection, a vast web of Turkish, Lebanese, Corsican and Sicilian traffickers. Cosa Nostra controlled the distribution in the United States.
Plasto, 180. 200. Good housekeeping seal of approval. 210. U.S. government certified. 220. Lunar trajectory. Junk of the month club sirloin steak. 230. Grade A poison.
The drug running is still going where the French Connection was at Marseilles, France, and Barcelona, Spain.
The French Secret Service mounted Operation X. They contacted a tribe in the hills of Laos, the Hmong, and bought their entire poppy crop, which they transported to a military base in Saigon. There, French agents sold opium to Chinese Vietnamese gangs and to the Corsican mafia, who turned it into heroin and dispatched it to the United States. The drug money would allow French intelligence to build a counter-insurrectional army of 40,000 men, recruited from the tribes of Indochina.
Happy Thanksgiving! Yeah! There you go, Colin!
6,000 Chinese nationalists were entrenched across the border in Burma. The CIA sent them provisions, arms and munitions. The men of the Kuomintang made several incursions into China, but were easily pushed back by the Chinese Popular Liberation Army. From the high-up villages they occupied, the Kuomintang soldiers blocked the infiltration of communist groups, but more importantly, kept a close eye on their loads of opium as they crossed the border.
But look, what you're gonna need is to get to the Chi-Chong Syndicate, all right? Cholon, Saigon, if they're gonna deal with you at all.
I understand it, but by then it's gonna be too late. It'll be already chopped up. I want to go get it where they go get it from. I want to go to the source.
So you're gonna get it yourself?
Why not?
Hey, Frank. This whole spot's locked down by the Kuomintang. General Chiang Kai-shek's defeated army.
You think you're going to take 100 kilos of heroin into the U.S. and you don't work for anyone? Someone is going to allow that?
Then there'll be more, much more, I guarantee it. And if it's all the same to you, I don't have to drag my ass up here no more.
Of course not.
My man. So, brother, huh?
So, brother. 50 grand. It's gonna cover them and the pilot and the boys on the other end.
Give him 100.
50 gonna cover it, Frank.
Give him 100. Give him the whole thing. Yep. And look, that's all I got. So if that dope don't arrive for any reason,
I'll let you know when it's in the air.
my man.
We've not attacked the drug problem effectively going back before the Reagan administration. And the will to use it didn't exist in prior administrations because they were in on it. And the people around them were in on it. Bush was the one really behind Iran-Contra. You know, if Ollie North had destroyed all the records, Von Hall, what she smuggled out was the bank account that all the money, the Black Ops money was in. They couldn't destroy those records. They didn't make sure they had that. But the rest of it, that's what Ollie was destroying in the basement. That had those records not been destroyed, it's my contention that we would never have got Bush 1 or Bush 2 into office. The world would be so vastly different. And I don't believe you've got Clinton in office. You got some folks over at DEA and at FBI and at CIA, most of them rallying out of Florida that really need to start looking at, maybe Putin will take them because they're not going to survive what's coming. The information on some of the stuff that they've had going on from other agency personnel that are ready to go back to work that left because they wouldn't be part of the crime. The guys will tell you that they've reported on, that they've whistleblown on, that they put their careers on the line over is so stunning, so atrocious. Never believe that U.S. citizens would even be capable of some of these crimes against the world. They're going to get exposed. They're going to get taken out. We're going to clear it.
I went on to be the chief investigator on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, but then was arrested under the Obama administration at the insistence, at the demand of John Brennan. Proudly served 23 months in a federal prison. I would do it again today if I had the opportunity. I have zero remorse. I'm glad I did it. John Brennan was a criminal. I think we're all going to end up agreeing on that today. And somebody had to say something. I've known John Brennan for 35 years. I thought I knew that he was a bad guy. I had no idea the depth of his depravity, the lengths that he would go to enrich himself, the people whose lives he would ruin in order to keep himself at the top of the heap, until I read that book. This is somebody whose dirty deeds are of epic proportions. And I can't help but to think that there are so many crimes documented in the book that there's got to be something in there for which the statute of limitations hasn't expired. Or Brennan's ongoing work to keep his crimes a secret could constitute an ongoing conspiracy, which means that the statute of limitations would reset itself every day.
Criminal operations with the drug smuggling, the creation of the 6 and then 1 got eliminated with 5 remaining in Colombia, drug kingpins that were created in collusion with our own CIA and other intelligence agencies.
CIA owns this?
No. Independent aviation consultants.
IAC.
Yeah. You run the company, but after hours, you work for us.
Takes pictures?
The work is covert.
Covert.
So anyone finds out about it, family, friends, even Lucy. It's Lucy, right?
That's right.
That'd be a problem.
Oh, this is legal?
If you're doing it for the good guys, yeah.
That was a day I joined the CIA. Now, in those days, the Cold War was in full swing. The Soviets were backing communist insurgents all over Central America.
The CIA wanted snaps of them insurgents.
Now these pictures are sensational. Who's responsible?
Never mind. I mean, they say they're the best reconnaissance photos they have ever seen.
Does this mean I get a raise?
You're doing great. You're serving your country.
We've had prior administrations and people who weren't interested in defending America. They had their globalist attachments. We created the drug kingpins to centralize the drug trade to Colombia. And it was actually a pretty intelligent operation. And then to shut it down, there was failure to finish the job during the Bush and Clinton administrations, Bush 1 and Bush 2, because the money laundering was going into black bag operation. That's what Whitewater was about, Arkansas and all the other states. We have never gotten the drugs under control coming out of Central and South America.
Come on!
This is every current law enforcement investigation on the Gulf Coast. FBI, ATF, DEA, Customs. These maps will help you avoid all of them. You just fly where they ain't.
We have a new business proposition to you, Barry. You bring your American guns to Colombia, deliver our cocaine here to the Contras. The Contras take it by fishing boats to Miami. And everybody's happy.
It's for the war effort, Mr. Seal.
I'd load up with guns in Mina. Then, using Schaefer's intel, I'd bypass any law enforcement and fly straight to the Cartels airstrip in Medellin. And I'd load up with fresh powder and fly onto the Contra training camp. The Contras hid the coke in fishing boats and sailed it up to Miami. Meanwhile, I'd get another load of powder, take it back to the States with a quick stop to refuel in Panama. On the way back, I'd keep an eye out for the DEA, and then I'd dump it all in the swamps of Louisiana.
The trail would have clearly shown, the money trail would have clearly shown how CIA was being enriched. A lot of their operatives in various parts of the world with that black ops money, the political stuff, would have also shown the initial first investments clearly into Smartmatic. This is the first crack in the whole vote fraud with the machines. You're going to show the connections before too long, show the connections into various Western intelligence agencies. And it's going to lead to Brennan. It's going to lead to the Clintons.
Okay, everybody, you know the drill. Everybody gets a burn bag. Into it. You put anything with Barry Seal's face or name on it. Into the burn bag. Go! Purchase orders, aircraft invoices, anything with the words Mina, fuel bills, memos, names, directives, photos.
Drop the fucking box, shithead! Drop your hand! Nice and high! Hey, DF! Drop your weapons! Whoa! DF! Lower your guns! DF, put your guns down! Okay,
Get down!
Everybody's friends here. DEA, all right?
This is our call.
Bullshit! Oh, no.
State police! What the fuck are y'all doing in my county?
Nobody move! FBI!
You know who I am, Mr. Seal?
No, ma'am.
I'm Dana Sabota, State Attorney General. You got DEA, ATF, FBI all wanting their pound of flesh.
Yes, ma'am. It's quite a room.
Yeah. Well, you hit the trifecta, didn't you? I mean, guns, drugs, money laundering. And the state of Arkansas is gonna rip the bark right off of you, boy. We are gonna put you in a 4x6 cell for the rest of your life.
Ma'am, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Miss Sabota, I have Governor Clinton on the line. He says it's urgent.
Governor. Mr. Governor.
Put him through. Clear the room. Take him with you. Yeah. What do you need, Bill? Do it.
Wait a minute. Huh?
No, he's free to go, boys.
What the hell you mean he's free to
You
go?
want to explain what's going on here?
He's free to go.
Free to go.
I'll be seeing you, Seal.
Ma'am. It is good to see you, boys. I ain't gonna lie. I figured you'd have to show up, see? I just know too much. All right, now. Seriously, fellas, who are you?
Not long ago, I was asked by a group of children what to do if they were offered drugs. And I answered, just say no.
The Sandinistas are burning the American flag in the streets. Please, there is no deal if we don't get the Sandinistas. Then there's no deal.
This fella here is with the DEA, and this fella here is a colonel named Ollie North, Reagan's go-to guy. The DEA just wants to nail the Medellin cartel once and for all.
Very, very sensitive stuff is going to be allowed to come out to the public. Trump has to do that. And the reason he has to is because unless you reveal what actually was going on, it will happen again. Why start with Venezuela? The reality is so many of the problems here in America, for example, the drugs, the death of people by the fentanyl overdoses like that. This is the point of origin. We're not just taking out the trail, we're taking out the source. And that's why this is so critical at this moment in time. Trump has shown the resolve to go out to these disparate places that all have got tentacles coming into America trying to rip us apart. You have to understand, we have good guys here in our country in the military. It might not be everybody. Most of them get into the service, not with nefarious intent, but with goodwill, just like most of the guys who become a cop. They want to be a good guy, and they don't start out to be a bad guy. And for a percentage of them, they get tweaked along the way.
Asshole pulled a piece on me, man. Can you fucking believe it? Pulls a piece on a cop? Had to do it, man. Kill or be killed. Fucking crazy world, right?
What the fuck were you doing on the project?
Yeah, investigating stuff, man. You know. Just like you taught me. Checking on guys, following things up, putting the pieces together. That guy was a dealer, fucking dealer. Scum of the earth.
That guy didn't pull a gun on a cop, Jay. That guy pulled a gun on a junkie. The junkie was trying to rob him.
The fuck you say?
What the fuck, man? What were you doing, man? The fuck is that? That's what the fuck is mine, man. I earned this shit. That's mine. I earned it doing good cop work. The fuck is that? I earned it doing good cop work. You murdered the guy. Getting shot at. You murdered the guy. You murdered him. You robbed his money, then you called me to get you out of it. It makes me an accessory after the fact, motherfucker.
I'll tell you the facts, man. Just write the report the way I say it happened. And then that's the way it is. And that's how it will be.
I can't do that.
Just write the report between us as partners.